Hey guys, welcome to another exciting video from our channel, Futurism. What Elon Musk just did and why it will change everything. Many of you have been asking the same questions. In today's video, we are going to give you the answers to all those questions. In May of this year, Starlink and Google Cloud announced their collaborations to form a new organization to simplify the supply of data and a wide range of cloud applications to users using Starlink's excellent broadband internet and Google's exceptional cloud services. This agreement between the two companies would be extremely beneficial for every internet user. As time goes on, this will meet the ever-increasing internet needs of households, companies, and data centers, while maintaining exceptional connection speed and reliability. Within a short time, the properties that comprise the Google data centers will house styling ground stations, ensuring the secure and reliable transportation of data from the 1,735 styling satellites to 2 network edge sites through the Google Cloud. In the last several months, SpaceX has been highly active in expanding the Starlink network, launching 480 satellites in less than 3 months. All of that in space infrastructure development might have served as a precursor to this cooperation and enterprise-focused service launch, as well as assisting SpaceX in expanding the quality and availability of its current consumer services. The Google Cloud private network will also help the supply of internet service via the means of Starlink global satellites, which would offer internet and cloud access to a large number of home and business clients in any area you can think of, which is a very fantastic feature. With corporate demand for cloud computing on the rise, it should come as no surprise to viewers that large-scale corporations and organizations would be the first to realize the benefits of cooperation well before their regular individuals. Despite the fact much of the public attention of Starlink's deployment has focused on residential access across its expanding beta, Google Cloud income generation will only skyrocket if the collaboration proves to be a textbook classic. The technical union between Google and Starlink also implies that clients making use of the enhanced network will not only have access to internet connections, but also to cloud-based infrastructure and apps such as AI and machine learning capabilities, analytics, and much more. Gwynne Shotwell, President and Chief Operating Officer of SpaceX, expressed her delight, saying, "Combining Starlink's high-speed, low-latency broadband with Google's infrastructure and skills gives global enterprises the secure and fast connection that contemporary organizations need." Mr. Ertz Hotzel, Senior Vice President of Infrastructure at Google Cloud, voiced his excitement at the Google camp, saying that Google Cloud was thrilled to collaborate with SpaceX to guarantee that enterprises with scattered footprints have seamless, safe, and quick access to the vital apps and services they need to keep their teams up and running. This expanded capacity driven by Google and Starlink is scheduled to be accessible to clients in the second part of the year. Public sector agencies and firms with network edge presence and organizations working in remote or rural areas may breathe a sign of relief now that they can access crucial cloud apps and other necessary cloud services such as machine learning. SpaceX will construct the first Starlink ground terminal at Google's newest data center in Albany, Ohio, and will therefore expand to additional data centers. In an ideal world, this would enable Google to compete with Microsoft's lion's share and cloud computing in terms of market dominance. By providing the Starlink network with direct access to ground-based network infrastructure to help facilitate network connections for customers who live on the outskirts of existing network access footprints. Connectivity via Starlink's network of low Earth orbit satellites allows these enterprises to swiftly and securely send data and apps to teams spread across countries and continents. Many of you may be surprised to learn that this is not SpaceX's first engagement with Google. According to spacenews.com, a prominent website for space enthusiasts, Google invested roughly $900 million in the firm back in 2015 to encourage continuing innovation in the fields of space transit reusability and satellite manufacturing. Elon Musk, famous for his catchy nomenclature, dubbed the initial launch better than nothing beta, with user terminal and monthly subscription fees of $499 and $99 respectively. As their email says, the corporation advises you to keep your expectations low for the time being and wait for the final edition. SpaceX is taking a vertical integration approach to styling by developing its terminals and gateways and setting user expectations that they will experience data rates ranging from 50 to 150 gigabytes per second, with latency ranging from 20 to 40 milliseconds, and in certain cases, no connectivity at all. Jonathan Hoffman, Vice President of Starlink and Commercial Sales, appeared to be a fan of the concept and praised vertical integration, saying, "The beauty of being vertically integrated, both on the user terminal, gateways, and satellite piece of it, that we are constantly updating and improving the connection between those pieces of infrastructure." Starlink's immediate competitors in satellite internet supply, Viasat and HughesNet, offer plans for less than $100, although there are bandwidth restrictions and it is unclear how much data is available. The $500 package includes everything you need to connect to the internet, including your Starlink, Wi-Fi router, power supply cables, and mounting tripod if Starlink has them yet. Nonetheless, it comes with considerable hurdles that the corporation has yet to overcome, including a limited coverage area and a sensitive connection that must manage on its own. However, earlier this year, claims of a price decrease surfaced, with it being revealed that the cost of producing each user terminal would be roughly $1,500. This is a substantial saving over the cost of the previous edition. According to sources, the corporation is now intending to add lasers to their spacecraft, which has effectively slowed the rate at which they are launching satellites for the time being. Hiatus expressed several concerns that were answered by Shotwell in August at the 36th Annual Space Symposium, where she stated that, "We're flying a number of laser terminals right now in orbit, and that SpaceX is currently striving to integrate lasers into all of its Starlink satellites." Ground-based stations were sometimes expensive to construct and had geographical and political limits on where they could be positioned, but laser connections would allow satellites to transport internet-based communications from one spacecraft to another without requiring the signals to be relayed to a terrestrial network-linked ground system. With over 1,700 satellites currently in orbit, the company would need to launch a constellation of over 42,000 satellites into space to ensure global coverage at a mind-boggling speed of 1 gigabit per second, which has sparked criticism from various segments of society, including astronomers who claim such a setup would interfere with their readings. Light pollution, as it is referred to for some, might present issues for them since hundreds of satellites would basically render celestial photographs unusable by generating lengthy bright trails. Musk, on the other hand, disregarded their concerns, saying that as a scientist, he would paint the satellites black if necessary to help them do their jobs. Another issue expressed by some is the possibility of a collision in space, which the business is attempting to avoid. As previously said, this Starlink utilizes autonomous collision avoidance technology, and the worst thing in the world is to have a collision. Despite concerns about the commercializations of the universe and space traffic jams, Musk is not stopping for the time being and shows no signs of doing so, as he always flies high and does not take flight at all. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content and latest updates. Until next time.